What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys. Sorry, there's an airplane. I'm your host, Joey the Lawn Boss Mikrowski, and joining me only tonight, it's Chris, the Stats Man Gorman.
What timing for a plane?
I know.
Hey. The Nuggets and the Timberwolves have played each other 28 times since 2022, and the record of those games is a clean 14-14.
So you're saying the series is evenly matched?
As even as you can
even as you can get.
Even.
Love it. Like I said, it's just two of us tonight. Titus is on load management. He's on his Ben Simmons shit. So Chris and I are going to take you through a little bit of the plan from last night. It was pretty awesome, to say the least. And then we're going to hit on the series that are already set in the West and the East. And we'll briefly, if we feel like it, hit on the Celtics and the Pistons and see if anybody has a chance to take either one of them down. One maybe so, one probably not. But Chris, let's start with your hometown heroes. Nuggets Timberwolves. You guys
want to
start
with the game from last night?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I just said we're gonna do that, and then I jumped ahead. See, this is why Titus does this.
Dude, let's talk playing. Hornets
Heat. Go ahead.
The Heat. I every season I'm like the Heat are annoying, and then I'm watching them. I'm like the Heat are so fun. Seeing Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, Hero, Pele Larson get 21 minutes. He didn't do much, but he was out there with his name being called and doing things that don't really show up on the box score. And Jaime Jaquez is really making his case for Sixth Man of the Year, playing 40 minutes in that game. Davion played 47 minutes and 30 seconds. The guy, it was unbelievable. With that all being said, the talk is the Charlotte Hornets getting the dub with LaMelo, Miles, Brandon, and Khan just kind of getting it done. Dude, Kobe White. I loved your thing yesterday where you were talking about how Kobe White, you were happy to see him going 1 for 6 to start the game.
I did.
And of course he hits just the most beautiful, crazy shot that shouldn't have gone in. Very well defended, I think, by Jaime Jaquez. It just made no sense that went in. LaMelo looked terrible. The dude looks like a clown. He tripped up Bam. He should be suspended. He probably won't get suspended because he said he's sorry about it. So maybe there's something with that.
Suspension seems strong, I think.
One game. It should be a one game.
So?
Or a fine? Well, I don't know. Because it costs the Heat the game. Obviously, it looks like if Bam was still playing, the Heat would have won that game. But LaMelo was just a dumpster fire of a performance. He got 30 points. He had a plus 15, but 2 of 16, 12 of 31 from the field. He fouled Hero for 3 points after turning over the ball.
With 8 seconds left.
Just a classic choke job, and then redeeming himself immediately. Just a crazy game. Sorry. There's just so much with this game that was just crazy.
I feel like we got the full Charlotte Hornets experience last night. Probably self-admittedly haven't watched a ton of their games because they're not local and they weren't on a lot of national TV games. But from the highlights and the stories you read about them, I feel like that was the full experience, right? You had LaMelo doing good things, but also looking like Khan at the same time. You had all the hopes riding on Khan to do something great, and he wasn't. And then they definitely got the full Kobe White experience with the absolute lows and then the absolute highs, and that is exactly what you get from someone of his.
He had 14 in the third, just finished with 19 in the game.
The microwave was broken, and then the microwave came back to life and was
fixed itself.
Absolutely cooking. I don't know if that game gave me a lot of confidence for them going forward, because I don't know.
For the Hornets?
Yeah.
Are they net rating frauds? Like they're like 8th in net rating, but for some reason they play like they're the 20th best team.
Yeah, I feel like everything for them is about speed and hitting shots against most teams, right? Obviously, but like the Hornets don't have a lot to offer when it's not going well. Like they're not a team that's going to be able to. They don't have that like one dominant guy where if something's not going well, they can just go to it. Like LaMelo could be it, like you said, he can he can hurt you. He can clown, and it was ugly and it was fun all at the same time. But I don't know if I've had more fun watching a playing game in quite some time. Like that was
the best. Yeah,
it was a great.
And the one that followed it was great too. But one thing before in the next one, I agree with you with the Hornets. They look like feels like something's kind of missing. I looked up Musa Diabate, who's the starting center. He looks small out there compared to Khalil Ware, who's I think 7 feet or at least close to it. But Musa Diabate is listed at 6'10", but he's 210 pounds. Like if you're that tall, being 210 is it's a skinny man. So he's not really able to do much on the boards. He had 14 in the game, but actually both teams had so many offensive rebounds. It was a wild game with that stuff. The Hornets are a Kalkbrenner, a couple of years in away from really becoming a serious team. And if LaMelo can maybe grow up a bit, I have no faith in that happening. So I'll just enjoy the Hornets as is, and continue to exclude, the Miles Bridges on a 10-year probation because of stuff he did 3 years ago. We're not going to get into it, but that's still
we're not going to get. So you think LaMelo should get suspended? I think it's a flagrant one. It's free throws the ball and you move on with it. But
okay,
does have a history.
It's just maybe I'm overreacting because of how Bam was out for the game after that. Right, so it's a little. I guess it was just unfortunate that. Well,
yeah, I guess this is the second time, right, that he's tripped Bam in the exact same manner. Reached out.
Well, I don't know how often he does that. It's probably gonna be a thing. I'm gonna look for now when he falls.
He's our new Draymond. He's got a thing. Instead of kicking guys in the nuts, he's tripping them.
He's just like,
swiping the leg.
His ankles are near my hand. I can just
swipe it out there. Yeah, right. Yeah, it didn't look good in slow motion, and but I guess the explanation for why they didn't call it right is because they didn't call a foul in the play. So then they couldn't review it or couldn't go back to it because the play resumed and there was a made basket immediately after. So at that point,
whatever dumb rule makes it like
that we
can't review it.
That is what the official said. Hey, we couldn't review it because there was no foul, and then the play resumed immediately after, so they couldn't go back and review it, which is asinine. But other game. Suns Blazers. I know neither one of us stayed up for it. Blazers came out victorious, which everybody's talking about this. The Bulls, for the first time ever, feels like weren't in the play-in tournament, but they had their fingerprints all over it with Kobe doing it, and then Portland officially making the playoffs, which I didn't know you had to actually win the play-in to be considered in the playoffs, which is kind of a stupid win these trades. But the Bulls will now get the 15th pick in this year's draft, so they'll have 2 picks. So positive there, but
Giannis was the 15th pick. So
is this another fraud team that is gonna have just an absolute blast?
So they're the inverse of the Hornets, where like they look pretty good, but their net rating is like 20th.
Yeah,
like they look like they could be like when you look at their matchups, Drew Holiday's world-class point guard that you want on any playoff team.
Yep.
Clegan, I was gonna say Clegan is
2 points last
center.
Night, so that wasn't great.
He's a good matchup on paper with his height and his weight. He's like 7'3", 280 pounds. Toumani Camara is a good 3-and-D guy. He's always somebody that like all the nerds talk about, like, oh yeah, Toumani Camara, he should be second team all defense. And it's like, really? Toumani? Okay, he's got 9 points, and maybe he got 4 steals last night. But I mean, the story is obviously Denny Avdia, just 41 points. 41. Getting that and one at the end of the game where he got hit in the face and still finished. He's a foul baiter. He was on a podcast with was the old man in the 3 or whatever they call it now. And even his teammates are like, would you call yourself an egregious foul baiter? He's like, no, I wouldn't. The teammates are like, yeah, you kind of are.
Egregious foul bait. That's great.
He went 8 of 13 last night from the free throw line. So, and I remember when I saw him in person, it was kind of annoying. Like you can clearly just see like he's doing the head back thing all the time. So
it's the European in him, or Middle Eastern, I guess.
Israeli.
Yeah, I don't know what part of it's Middle Eastern, I guess, right? Yeah, watching him play gives me heartburn and pain, knowing that he was the pick right after Patrick Williams. So
what could have been, honestly though, He went 8th, I think.
Did he go 8th? Okay, they went a couple.
He went later. Like he still
right.
dropped a little bit. I don't have the draft in front of me, but he started to fall a little bit. He was saying how he was shocked that he fell.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. Was he good? He wasn't good in Washington. But I wonder if that's more Washington's fault.
Yeah, I'd say has anybody ever been good in Washington? And anybody that has been good in Washington turns out to not be good anywhere else, i.e., Bradley Beal.
True. Yeah.
John Wall. Yeah. Well, should we stay here? I know we set the agenda, but now that we're talking Blazers, should we just stay with Blazers and go through? Do they even have a chance against the Spurs? Do you see any potential X factors in here? Or is
Clegan, he's a good matchup. On paper, again, that's how I wanted to get to that with Wembanyama. The net rating of Portland, though, is 19th. They are a minus 0.17. Titus, unfortunately, is not here, so I'm trying to cover for the net rating stuff.
They don't fit the model.
They don't fit his model. They are a tough model team. They're 42-40 on the season. They're very even keel. But again, like I said, Drew Holiday is a perfect matchup for all those Dylan Harper, Fox, and Castle.
Yeah.
And then Tumani Kamara. It's a fun defensive matchup. Again, my notes were good for Portland. It's Spurs in 4, maybe 5 if Wemby does some load management like what Titus is doing right now, during the playoffs. So, but anyways, it's like it's gonna be a quick series. I think, no matter what.
Yeah, Clingan is definitely the X factor. Like he can do nothing but try and stop Wemby, right? You don't care if he scores any points in the night. All you want him to do is just be all over Wembanyama, which may not still be enough. On the other side, I think it's going to be interesting. Like you would assume the Blazers are going to sell out and full on assault Wemby, right? They're going to do everything they can to make him not beat them, which is going to leave it up to the guards to do things. And someone like De'Aaron Fox, who has shown an ability to score at a high level, like he's going to have to really figure it out. And like up against Drew Holiday, it could be a tough matchup. So all eyes obviously are going to be on Wembanyama and see what he can do with a team that is primed as probably S tier favorite. I mean, I feel like they've climbed up that ladder where no one is counting them out anymore. So I've been kind of liking the Blazers for a couple years. They kind of burned me, but I don't know. I think they get one here. I think they'll probably win like a home game where I think you're right. Wemby will maybe load manage. It'll probably go back to Portland with the Blazers down
like a couple days early. When it's 3-0.
Yeah, they'll just kind of sneak a game here, give them some hope. But at the end of the day, it's going to be all Spurs.
Be gentlemen about it.
Yeah. We did get the Blazers though officially in the 8th seed, which is a point in our roundtable. So I'm proud of all of us for
assuming. Oh, right.
Seed.
No, it doesn't even matter.
We do it without the plan because that's.
Hey, we started that. Was that you? You had that one.
But I'm still just happy that collectively that we managed to. I think it was me. I filled it in this morning. I don't remember it anymore.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I think it was me. Man,
I'm just proud that we got a seed right. We got 2 seeds. I got 2 seeds right.
We got Pistons and
Pistons and 8.
So you knew who was going to be good in the East and who was going to be mediocre in the West. You had it locked in. Right.
I might have gotten the worst record in the Wizards. We got that one too. Somebody got the Wizards. So we knew it all.
You killed it this year. We'll get to that. Right, I didn't do over-unders. I was going to save that for Titus back. But
yeah. Let's get into something a little more interesting. Let's go over to your neck of the woods. Nuggets Timberwolves. Give us the breakdown. Give us the thoughts. An X factor.
It's the trilogy. Every good series needs a trilogy, right? And this is the perfect matchup. There's a quote today. Anthony Edwards was asked if this is a rivalry. He's like, he said me in Denver is the closest thing there is to a rivalry. Why wouldn't there be? So at least he's acknowledging it too. It's fun to see that. I love seeing that there's slight change-ups on both ends. Michael Porter Jr. is gone. Karl Anthony Towns is gone. Actually, he was gone last year too. Anyways, yes. There's Bones Highlands on this. I don't know. There's still Io is a huge X factor. That's kind of what I wanted to get to is I sent this to you guys. I just want to read some of it here amongst matchups for Jamal Murray. And this is like Io is the perfect. He's a big body, 6'5". Advanced analytics do not favor him for some reason. Sometimes guards look bad in advanced analytics. But he's just the perfect matchup for Jamal Murray. Against Io, Jamal Murray has averaged 9.8 points, 2 turnovers, a 29% true shooting percentage in 69 possessions in the last last 3 seasons. So I'm really excited to see this matchup. I don't think they played each other when Io was on this team. Last time they played each other was March 1st. The Timberwolves got that win. And I just think that's going to be my favorite matchup to watch early on. Of course, Rudy Jokic. It's one for the ages. There was a stat I saw. Let me pull it up real quick. Jokic, in his last 5 games against Rudy Gobert, has averaged 40.6 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists on 78% true shooting. It's a joke of a line. It doesn't make any sense how that's the thing. And he actually lost one of those games, which is awesome. Like he just, it's been absolute cinema for this team.
Did they lose
the Christmas Day game? The Nuggets won, but the March 1st game is what they lost. So
got it.
Christmas, and that was the game when Anthony Edwards got ejected,
right?
And said, "Y'all bitches" to the refs, or you. He pointed each one.
Good for him.
And it's gonna be the best series. Everyone's excited for this series. I didn't want this matchup selfishly because I want the Timberwolves to go far in the playoffs. But hey, we're here, and I'm just gonna enjoy it while I can. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I think it's interesting having Io this year to guard Jamal because that kind of frees up Jaden McDaniels to do some other things, right? And the problem with him in these series in the past has been early foul trouble where he's having to play the tough matchup. And for the Timberwolves to be at their peak, they need to have him scoring as well as playing good defense. So hoping, in a matchup that for him is against somebody who's not as ball dominant, like an Aaron Gordon type guy, maybe he stays out of that foul trouble, right? I mean, he'll probably start the game against Jamal Murray. I'm guessing Io is not going to be starting these games, but that second 6 minutes of the first quarter and those moments where Io is out there, like if Jaden's freed up to do some things, like that's got to give you some excitement to have him being able to maybe play a little bit off the ball and score and stuff. So that'll be good. I did find a stat for McDaniels. I saw he's scoring 18.6 against the Nuggets in his last 5 games and shooting 56%. So that's positive. You're going to need all of that and then some, I think, for them to get out of this. But the Nuggets have been hot, obviously, to end the season. They won like 12 in a row. But the Timberwolves, we know, are playoff risers to the max. The fact that Anthony Edwards is saying it's me against the Nuggets is the rivalry, like that dude, I feel like is just like lighting a fire under his team's ass. The Nuggets seem to try and take the high road of like, yeah, we don't view this as a rivalry kind of thing. Like they're more of the subdued team, but I'm a fan of the call it the junkyard dog type mentality. Anthony Edwards is fun at this time of year. I think Timberwolves in 4. I think this is another classic, but I think
wait, what?
I think they do it. I think they can do it, Chris.
Sweep?
Or sorry, 7. Sorry, I meant 4 and 3. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
Yes, not in 4. They win 4 games to 3 games. My bad.
I was gonna say the first game's a day game, and I'm a little nervous because the Timberwolves don't like to play before 5 o'clock, and this game's at 2:30. So
that's looking too far into the analytics. That's just bad.
That's just a personal thing, I think.
No, they're fine.
I also have the Wolves in 7. Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid, Bones Highland. If I need 2 of those 3 guys to show up individually in 2 different games to score 20 plus points, if we get that, Jaden McDaniels is consistent, maybe getting 12 a game, even just playing lockdown defense. Edwards does his thing. Randall actually shows up. He's a riser as well when he's not bored or mad that he's not an all-star. I think the Timberwolves are falling under the radar here just because the Nuggets won their last 12. I don't know how much that really plays a factor in the sense that a third of the league was tanking anyways.
Correct.
So the Nuggets took advantage of some of those games. But Aaron Gordon is back. He only played a third of the season. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been great with Bruce Brown off the bench. And so the Nuggets are going to put up a fantastic fight.
Spencer Jones and
Spencer Jones, I think, is out.
I think Bruce Brown's out too.
Out too. See, I can't even keep track of these injuries because they sat like everybody when they beat the Spurs because Jokic had to play like 18 minutes. And just because he played 18, the Spurs couldn't handle it. Like that was insane. But I like the Wolves in 7. I think it regardless, it's going to go 6 or 7. It can't go it can't go 4 or 5.
I think it's an even matchup. It's a coin flip, which makes it the best one. But obviously, since we have you here, we'll go with the Timberwolves. We lean with Chris.
And then I listened to our podcast a few weeks ago, and I did mention at the time there's an idea that like the Nuggets could be the 4 seed and the Wolves could be the 5 seed. And Titus did say if the Nuggets are all healthy, that he believes the Nuggets would win the series. So Titus is not here, but
we're picking for him.
I'm thinking he's thinking Nuggets in 5. So
that sounds like something he would say. So yes, really, he's taking Nuggets in 5.
Yeah,
he sucks. All right. Last series in the West that we have situated: Lakers Rockets. Probably the quietest or least interesting. I think there's some juice here, though. You've got LeBron versus KD.
First time that's ever happened in the West playoffs.
All the LeBron haters are out there saying, "Hey, if KD beats him in this series, you can't even say that LeBron's better than KD anymore." So that's a fun.
Who is saying that?
Get on the message boards, Chris. Get on the interwebs.
670 the score. Talking about this like radio, that's right. Dumb radio.
No, I said all the LeBron haters. It's a very specific subset.
Oh, okay.
That are saying, hey, if KD wins this game, and wins this series. So I don't know about you, but I was looking through the Rockets trying to find a solid X factor, and I kind of settled on Reed Shepherd. I feel like the way he shoots has kind of determined how the Rockets go. When he shoots above 35% on 3-pointers, the Rockets were 32-15, only 20-15 when they were below 35. So they're still a winning record, but they're performing at a much worse clip. So you would assume the Lakers are going to be most concerned about Şengün and Thompson in the paint. So they might be kind of selling out with Ayton and Rui kind of down there. So if Reed Shepherd is scoring from outside, I think that kind of pulls them out of their matchup and gives him some breathing room to either make the pass or take the shot. And if they can get, all 3 of them going, then you're kind of looking at like, hey, KD is still over here to left to do his thing. So this matchup, I think, is extremely favorable for the Rockets. I was trying to look at like who's gonna guard KD from the Lakers, and it was kind of a hodgepodge. And what seemed to be the most agreed upon thing is like they're going to run Marcus Smart at him and just have him do nothing but just hound him and shadow him. And if that's the case, I feel like the Rockets are going to be in really, really good shape in this series if that's the best they can offer against Kevin Durant.
Yeah, there's not much you can. I mean, we're going to see how many times is LeBron going to defend Kevin Durant in this series? I'd love to see it.
6 possessions a game max, and it'll probably be on switches. Like,
yeah, being forced onto him. And even that, like Rui's a solid matchup, but he's kind of. It's just because he's a body. That's all.
He is, but if you put Rui on KD, then who's guarding Şengün and Thompson in the paint? Like, you're
right. That's why I thought I like your Reed. I think Reed Shepherd is the smartest X factor pick here because he provides that perimeter. Because the Rockets do so well on the offensive glass, but the Lakers have some size to help with that. With Ayton being a consistent presence for them. And I mean, Luke Kennard had a game recently where he had, I'm looking at this right now, he had 16 boards, 11 assists, and 15 points. Who are they playing in this game?
Oh, he had Dallas. A game recently. That sounds about right.
And so they crash So that'll be interesting with the Rockets series. What was the season series at for this? Because these games were fun. Like Ime Udoka versus LeBron.
JJ?
Like Ime was versus JJ, but Ime was going at LeBron, being like, "Hey, put Bronny in." Or he was telling
about
JJ to do that. So, here matchup stats. But regardless of all that, the Rockets. I meant to say this at the start. The Rockets are 6th in net rating. They're a net rating darling. They are 8th in offense and 6th in defense. Titus would love this team. The Lakers are 19th in defensive net rating, and overall they're 14th, and then offensively 9th. So the middle of the pack kind of team. Luka and Reeves are out. If just one of those guys were back, I think I would actually take the Lakers in this. But unfortunately, with both of them out, I'm still putting the Rockets to win this. Did I say 5 or 6? I've said Rockets in 6, which giving the Lakers even 2 games without 2 of their best players seems like a tall order. But I don't know. I something about LeBron, even though he is 41, I think he can figure something out here for a game or 2.
Yeah, I sadly agree with you. I think he's going to have 1 or 2 just LeBron moments where he's going to remind you, oh, why I'm the GOAT. And I have this like weird feeling that like Luke is going to show up with like a Superman cape for like game 4. You know, they're going to be like series tied or something, or down 1 or whatever, game 4, game 5. And he's going to come back and it's going to be him on like one leg, just, you know, torching the Rockets for a game, and it somehow the Lakers like sneak the series win. That's like my far-fetched conspiracy theory, but as of now, Luka, Austin Reeves are out indefinitely, which means they're probably playing this series without both of them. So I'm with you. I think it's Rockets and Rockets in 6. I think the Lakers can get 2. I think LeBron is good enough to get him 2 games. I mean, like you said, Rui's not bad. Like Ayton has been good at times. Like they have a chance to get a game or 2.
You can get a Luke Kennard game. He can drop 30
okay.
if he hits like 8 threes and gets a, you know.
I mean, maybe Marcus Smart has a renaissance here. It's the
maybe Bronny drops 20. Wouldn't that be?
Bronny. Oh god, that actually be kind
Bronny's
of
not terrible.
Would it be awful? Would it be that terrible?
He's it's a weird ask. Anyways, one thing I wanted to say before we go east about the Thunder. One thing I will be tracking for this game, because they'll either be playing the Suns, Clippers, or Warriors. I think it's gonna be the Clippers, but I just want to see if Shea, if the number of fouls he gets called stays the same. Last year it did, and that was a really bad sign because like we all assumed it was gonna, like with Harden, he would average like
tighten up, yeah.
It would tighten up, right? But for Shea, it stayed the same. So I'm wondering if that will continue this postseason as well, considering how much flack the Thunder got from a variety of head coaches and players this season. So that's the one watch out there for me.
Yeah. I think it'll be the Clippers as well, unless the Warriors somehow do something magical. But either matchup, I think the Thunder are walking out of there very, very easily. All right, let's jump over the East. We've got 2 matchups set. We'll start with the Knicks and Hawks. No Trae Young, but this series, or this matchup has had some juice in the past. I was looking at it, trying to figure out what's what here. Hawks have been on pretty good run back half of the season. Knicks have been up and down pretty much the entire season. Neither team has proved much of anything, I feel like, throughout this entire season and or the previous past few postseasons. So it kind of comes down to, for me, for the Hawks, is it's not really like an individual X factor, but it's when you put someone, are you sacrificing someone against Brunson at the cost of their offense, or are you playing the team defense that they've been playing kind of this back half of the season that's got them, 9.4 steals per game, and kind of put teams into the blender with Dyson Daniels and do they have enough firepower to go against it? And then for the Knicks, it's when Cat sits, can Mitchell Robinson do enough to kind of keep them afloat against someone like Onyeka Okongwu? Not the most scary, player, but he's played well. Mitchell Robinson, kind of the same thing, right? You're not terrified of them if you're a Hawks fan or Hawks player, but they've played well. They've had their moments. So I feel like this one is kind of more of like a team matchup. There's not really like a specific X factor. It's kind of going to be like, do both of these teams find a way to do exactly what they're good at when it matters most?
No, I agree with the team part of this, especially for being at the Atlanta Hawks are the most team-centered team ever since getting rid of Trae Young. Nikhil Alexander Walker, and Jalen Johnson share the lead in scoring. I think they're both at like 20 point something, on the same number. CJ McCollum has been a revelation for this team, just having that veteran presence.
It's been good.
When you see him play, you forget like, oh yeah, this guy's really good at playing basketball. Because he's been kind of just a player in the league. No one really thinks about him, but he's been perfect for the Hawks team.
He's been like the sweetener in like 3 trades, and it's not like,
yeah,
he's the afterthought.
I guess McCollum's here. But he's been perfect for Atlanta. The one guy I do want to call out is Jonathan Kuminga. Him last season in the playoffs for the Warriors against the Wolves was the only thing that made me scared they might actually extend that series to have Steph come back. Kuminga was balling for them. Empty stats, some might say, but it looked really cool. And I'm curious what he's going to be able to show up in this series for Atlanta. New York is the exact same team. I'm pretty sure Jordan Clarkson's the only difference year over year. Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
So, but it's really just the same team. The continuity piece is really playing a big role here. They got some unfinished business you would think they got to take care of here. No one's talking about the Knicks. Everyone's kind of low on Towns. He had kind of a down year a little bit, but I still think the Knicks will be able to pull out and just kind of end this series in like 5 games, because Atlanta's been an awesome story, but I was looking at their had it up somewhere here. Their wins per game. They beat teams like the Wizards, the Bucks, the Mavericks, the Nets, the Bucks again, the Magic, the Mavericks again. The point is they had an easy road. They had all these wins, but they had pretty easy teams to go up against for this. And when they had hard teams like the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Heat, and the Rockets, they lost. The Celtics, they lost. They beat the Celtics once. So there's a good win. They beat the Cavs towards the end here, but I don't trust Atlanta to really pull this series out, and I just think the Knicks will end this in 5 games.
This series gives me a lot of feelings of like the Pistons and Knicks last year, where they're not maybe quite ready to turn the corner yet, but it's going to be a really tough matchup for the Knicks. The Knicks seem to not do well against teams that are teams. They seem to do well when it gets into like hero ball type mode. So I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to ride with the Hot Hawks, and just hope that someone can take down the Knicks early again, and we can have another like 2 weeks of just pure panic for the Knicks. The way for me that this team is constructed for the Knicks, like, it's not going to be good enough to conquer what is currently being built on other teams. So I kind of want to see it end sooner than later and see some, stuff happen. Maybe it's a Giannis move in there. So I'm going to take the Hawks. Okay. I'm going to take the Hawks in 6.
Awesome.
Because I think that would be fun. And I want to.
You've always been. You took the Pistons last year over the Hawks.
I did, and I was real close.
You were right. You were almost. You should have been close. Right. Basically, one note since Titus is not here, the Knicks are 3rd in offensive rating, 7th in defensive rating, and 5th overall. So I think Titus would take the Knicks here, and let's say he'd do it in 6 games, just for no reason. He thinks that it would be won at Atlanta for some reason.
Sometimes you got to go with your heart and not follow the net rating. This net rating is stupid. All right, I'm just kidding. Last matchup set in stone here. This weirdly might be the least exciting one. It might be less exciting than
This is the
Spurs
NBA
Blazers
TV
for some
matchup.
reason. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
This is the Timu. This is the Timu of the playoffs here. Cavs Raptors. What do you think? I'll let you start on this one.
All right. So the Cleveland Cavaliers only have one player play more than 69 games this year, and that's Donovan Mitchell at 70 games. Evan Mobley just got to that threshold at 65 because maybe he'll get third team. No, he's just qualifying for awards. I don't know what Evan Mobley
I can
has
get
been
votes.
the quietest solid player this year. He's done nothing different year over year, but he's just kind of been there. James Harden is on this team, and his numbers aren't. He's 20.5 points, 7.7 assists. He's been fine. And Jared Allen, though, has only played 56 games. Hunter's gone. Keon Ellis has been an interesting pickup for them. But the biggest issue with this team is they still don't have that fifth guy. So they got Harden, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, and then what? Jalen Tyson, Sam Murrell, Keon Ellis, D. Wade. Lonzo's, is he still on the team?
I don't think so.
I don't even know if he's on the team still.
I don't think he is.
He's just kind of fallen out of favor, if anything. With all that being said, the Toronto Raptors are not that much more fun. We got excuse me. Apologies to people's ears on that one.
Headphone warning.
But
10 seconds too late.
Toronto's been healthy. Scotty Barnes has played 80 games. BI played 77. Quickly played 70. The only hurt guy here was Pirtle. And so they were a healthy team. Cleveland was not. But the thing is, Cleveland's all in. The mortgage is due, and they sacrificed 10 years of pretty efficient production for a player who has got maybe 3 good years left if he's lucky. And who knows? I'm probably even right. He's probably healthier than I will ever be. But I still think though that the so that's my rundown first. Let's have you talk about them as well before
I love that line of the mortgage is due. That's great. I wrote dogfight. I wrote bad teams or okay teams with bad tendencies. So the way I was looking at it was the Cavs play terrible perimeter defense. The Raptors have terrible outside shooting. So it's a matter of who's going to find out or who's going to figure out how to exploit one or the other, right? So either the Cavs are going to have to sack up and play good perimeter defense, or the Raptors are going to say, we are going to shoot 3-pointers until, we can't stomach it anymore. And it's going to be one of those types of series where it's just a math, equation. I have this marked down as just not fun to watch. The Raptors had a lot of promise at the beginning of the season. They kind of came back down to earth as it went on, but because they had such a strong start, they managed to hang on where they did. But you're right. All eyes are on the Cavs in this. This is now or never for them. It's weird to say because they just traded for Harden to be like, oh, it's now or never. But it truly is. Last season, it almost felt like it was now or never. They somehow got a pass out of that one because the Pacers ended up being kind of weirdly hot all postseason. But it truly is now. Like they have to figure out a way to win this series, and they have to win it handily in order for the critics to quiet down. So I do think the offense from Cleveland is going to eventually be good enough to take down the Raptors. I think just the scoring punch in the first round from Mitchell and Harden is going to be a lot to handle. I do think Harden probably has an okay first series, right? He's never been too terrible out of the gate. It's usually when it really starts to the pressure builds.
Yeah, it's true. He's been to a conference finals.
Right? Yeah, he has. It's not a series I'm extremely interested in watching. I will watch it if it's convenient for me. But I think the Cavs are just a better team. I think they they do win this series. I think they win in 5. I think the Raptors are going to have a real sad realization of what they actually are and how they're constructed at the moment.
Yeah. Coming in here for net rating, Raptors 15th in offense, 5th in defense, 11th overall. Cavs 6th in offense, 15th in defense, 9th overall. So they're the inverse of mid in offense and defense. Mid offense in this case, I believe, will beat the mid defense. I got Cavs in 5 as well.
Yep.
Darko Rajakovic has been is a fun name to say. I just kind of wanted to say that. Some people talk about Sandro Mamu. Oh my gosh, it's Mamu. It's
Mamu.
He's a 3-point guy for them, but he makes like 1.5 a game. But him and Jacoby Walter kind of come off the bench to help with that team quickly. But this team is still struggling to find any kind of consistency from 3. Any kind of consistent scoring outside of Brandon Ingram.
What happened to Grady Dick?
What did happen to Dick? Did he get hurt? No, what did happen to Dick?
They got a hurt Dick?
He played 76 games this year. Only started
really?
He just fell out of favor.
Kind of wild because he was good for a hot minute.
I hope if anybody's listening this far in, they know what happened to Grady Dick. They just bashed us like, how do you not know what happened with Grady? Like,
yeah,
I can't believe I forgot about Grady Dick. I'm a little ashamed of myself for that because he was the 3-point guy. He was the guy they drafted. Like, this guy can hit threes, and he needs a new team. It sounds like maybe he can come to the Bulls.
I've got a little breaking news here, Chris, if you want, as we wrap up.
Oh, sure.
Shams just posted. NBA is fining LaMelo Ball $35,000 for his trip of Miami's Bam Adebayo and upgrading the action to a flagrant, plus fining him $25,000 for cursing postgame. So $60,000 in fines, a flagrant foul, no suspension.
So it's only
LaMelo walks free,
or 10K less to curse. If you trip, it's the extra 10.
Correct.
Cool. No suspension. Cool. Yeah.
You knew there was no way they were suspending him on the back of their bottom feeder team finally finding a moment, and people are excited about it. They weren't going to take this. I feel like if they were in the 7-8 game and they won and they were already guaranteed the spot in the playoffs, I feel like a flagrant or a suspension may have come, but they weren't about to take LaMelo out of their next playing game on Friday.
Yeah.
That'd be,
against Orlando or Philly.
Yeah, that'd be association. That'd be suicide to your TV ratings.
Especially because LaMelo, so the last game that I went to for the Timberwolves was against the Hornets. And there were so many kids after the game waiting for LaMelo. He's the most popular player by far. The place was packed. It was Easter Sunday. And it was still just a packed place because people wanted to see LaMelo. He's clearly one of the most popular athletes that us old heads and we watch games don't really care for as much, but he's admittedly a fun player to watch, and hey, it'll be nice to see him play. Hopefully he'll stop tripping. He's not gonna stop.
I feel like that's the right call though. If that was in game, they weren't gonna give him a flagrant 2, right? The fact that Bam got hurt, it wasn't like he grabbed his ankle and twisted it,
Yeah.
It was a flagrant 1 in the game. If they reviewed it, that's what it was. That's what it would have been. So I feel like it kind of matches. But if you're a Heat fan, it doesn't offer you any solace. But as Kendrick Perkins said, why don't you find a way to win some more games in the regular season and stop being in the play-in? Which is
that's a Perkins quote that's actually positive on the pod. That's interesting,
accurate statement.
Yeah.
All right. Anything?
Is right twice. Anyways,
twice a day.
I have Pistons 4, Celtics in 6, regardless of who they are playing. Even if it's I'm assuming it's the Sixers for the Celtics, just because that'd be a fun series. I hope Embiid plays half the games.
Maybe.
I don't
know how long it takes you to recover from appendicitis.
Oh, that's right. He can't make this up. That's insane.
Yeah, he really can't make it up. Kind of feel bad for him at this point.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
He continues to get non-self-inflicted injuries, which is what's tough. It's
right.
The dude's
not even
doing
like a
nothing wrong.
cardio
He's
issue
just-
or something.
He's just living and playing basketball, and then he just keeps having things happen to him. So that's tough, but that's tough. If the Pistons end up playing the
Hornets,
I do think the Hornets get a game out of it. I do.
and assuming that, yes, me too. I agree with that. I did say Pistons in 4, but if it's the Hornets, it could be 5. It'd be interesting because they can just blow them out in like a game 3 or 4 thing.
Sure.
If this happens, that means the Orlando Magic missed the playoffs in a year that they traded all those picks and stuff for Desmond Bane, who played 82 games.
Yeah.
And in that 82nd game, played for like 5 minutes, came out, and then came back in at the end to try to will them to win the game. They still lost. One of the most embarrassing performances. It would be fitting for them to end the season
against the Celtics,
losing like 2 play-in games.
Their junior varsity team. Yeah.
With Baylor Shireman just
it's not
locking.
It's not good. Jamal Mosley is going to lose his job, but he probably
regardless. I think
regardless.
It doesn't even unless they like win the championship, like he's gone. And even then, it's like
I thought he was going to win Coach of the Year. Had him as my pick.
That's true.
It's a tough.
We were high on Orlando, and that was
everybody was high on Orlando, which is probably why
all the analytics nerds were like, Desmond Bane, man, he spreads the floor. It
was like it's the perfect piece for Franz and Paulo. It's going to work. Didn't work. That's why.
Nope.
It happens when you're Wendell Carter Jr.
Hey, this Orlando thing kind of makes Arturis, look kind of. Hey, maybe he was onto something, and then the Bulls just got another first round pick, so
that's true. That's true. You know what? I mean, you're right. This was the pick from the marketing deal years ago.
That deal is finally complete.
Yep. And then their other first round pick is the one they got back for the DeMar trade. So Arturis did good things. Sure.
So maybe we'll get lucky in the lottery. Although, we can talk about that another time. But anyways, I'm excited for the playoffs. I'm glad we're here. I'm a little bummed that Titus had to manage his load. I'm hoping he's feeling okay, and he'll be back next week. But
you can't say it like that. You've got to rearrange that sentence.
I think I'm okay with how I.
We know he won't listen 48 minutes into this episode, so I think it's safe to say that there. All in jest. If anybody listening knows us, this is how we are. So it's all good. Hope you're resting up well. 2 shots, 2 balls, whatever you are these days. Anything else, Chris? 3 shots.
No, we're good. Let's
good.
Get some games in.
All right. I don't know the full rundown, but like
subscribe, comment, complain at us if you want.
Follow us on TikTok. Chris loves to argue with people on Reddit and TikTok. It's his favorite thing to do. It gets him through his day.
Going.
Yeah. So for Chris and myself and Titus somewhere, that's it for us tonight. And until next time, box out.